When Jesus was asked to boil everything in the Bible down to one command, he said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. What if Jesus meant our actual neighbors? You know, like the people who live right across the street from us. Some of my friends and I are learning that there's great power in taking that second half of the Great Commandment literally and seriously, and that really good things happen in our neighborhoods, in our cities, and in our country when Christians are the best neighbors in town. So 5 years ago, I was a pastor here in Denver, Colorado. And some of my friends and I got together with our mayor. We asked our mayor, what's the smartest thing that all of our churches could do to help our city? And the mayor said the most amazing thing. He said, you guys should start a neighboring movement. You should help all the people all over our city become great neighbors. And the irony for us was that Jesus told us to do that too. Jesus said that if you only do one thing, you should love God with your heart, your soul, your mind, and your strength, and you should love your neighbor as yourself. Jesus has given us a simple strategic plan that could literally change the world if all of us that call ourselves Christians actually did it. It's really easy to see this idea of love your neighbor and think, oh, that's such a neat little saying, and I'm just gonna wear a t-shirt around that says love your neighbor, or look at refrigerator magnets. But the real power is when we actually do it. And there's a big difference between knowing something and reading it and saying, oh, that's a really great idea, and then actually beginning to walk outside your front door and to do it right where you live. So a lot of my friends and I, we've just been learning that there's a couple things that everyone can do that'll make a huge difference in their neighborhoods. The first is this: we as Jesus people, as followers of God, we should be introducing ourselves to everyone that lives around us. We should be learning people's names. We write down the names of everyone around us just so that we can remember them and use them. And so I would encourage you to think about going and taking the initiative. Could you walk, what does it look like to walk across the street, to just be brave and to meet some of the people that God has put right around you? The second thing that we've learned is that playing in our front yard makes a big difference. And so we've moved a lot, in my family, we've moved a lot of our activities. My son and I go out and we throw the football around as much as we can in the front yard instead of the backyard. And we've been amazed at how oftentimes people will just come up and begin to talk to us, and we'll get to have these incredible little moments, these little steps forward in relationship with people just because we hang out in our front yard instead of our backyard now. Kids are oftentimes the best neighbors on each block. And the kids just have kind of a courage and a lack of fear, and are always going over and connecting with other kids. And a lot of times you have the power to become the person who's bringing people together and making all these new connections. And then you'll watch and sit back and see your parents will start to meet some of your friends' parents, and they'll begin to hang out together too. And so I just want to encourage you to think about how can you go out and be a trailblazer in your neighborhood to be the person that's bringing everyone together.